What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Monday, September 12th. It's day 69. Inside the Big Brother house, and we have some stuff to go over. New alliance was kind of formed and formulated. Brittany makes another pitch to try and get Turner up on the block, so we'll go and break down all of that. But let's also talk a little bit about the episode from last night. We actually were live over on Twitch, doing a live watch along for the episode, so if you aren't following my Twitch, links are in the description down below. Also a pinned comment. You can follow the Twitch, the Twitter, you can join the Discord and join the conversation over there as well. But it was a lot of fun watching the episode over there. Again, I've kind of said it before. I feel like double evictions are a two-parter, right? You have the actual double eviction itself, the live experience, and then there's the second half, which comes on the next episode, where you see all the little things that happen that we missed, like Michael's pitch. We saw the full Michael meltdown from the moment that Monte won veto and then told him, yeah, I'm using it and you're going up. His just complete spiral of just kind of telling Monte, like, no, don't do this, you don't have to do this, and immediately running to grab Taylor and Alyssa, literally grabbing them by their hands and kind of dragging them to kind of the workout area by the bathroom so he could make his pitch saying, you know, I'm gonna need your guys' vote, he's putting me up, you know, you don't want to give them this mark on their resume for taking me out. Which, listen, it's a decent argument, right? It's there's something to it. But when you're the like number one guy to win, there's no one else that comes close to Michael in winning the competitions, and this was their only shot they were gonna get, because if he has a chance to win the HOH and win those vetoes, they're not going to get another chance to take him out. So they just had to take this shot. And just his complete spiral and meltdown was really entertaining to watch on the episode. Even his comments that he made to Turner and to Brittany, and we saw how shocked the house was, mainly Brittany, how upsetting it was for her to see that. Though she seems to have maybe gotten over it pretty quickly. So that kind of brings us to the HOH competition, which was the black box kind of dark room competition where you can't see anything. You got to find things in different areas and put them in the other spots. This one was all horror themed. It was about like a murderer who was on the loose, and they had to board up the doors. So they had to go around and find like 2x4s and put them onto the doors to block them off. And everybody did pretty well except for Taylor, who was just completely terrified from it. And I don't feel like they did a good enough job on the episode to really project how upsetting it was to her. Maybe they did that for her own benefit as well. But she was very upset by it. We kind of talked about it in my update the night that it happened, and she really was not doing well. Like, afterwards, she kind of needed to go sit on alone by herself up in like the tiki room outside the HOH, just kind of like breathing, telling herself she was okay. I think she was having a lot of anxiety and panic attacks from that. And to be fair, it was a freaky room. Like, the whole thing was shaking. They were blowing smoke and they were spraying stuff on them. There was goo and gunk everywhere, and on top of that, you can't see. So I could definitely see how that was a scary experience, especially with the stuff she talked about with on the feeds, at least, and to Turner and Brittany. She was having this conversation where she's like, it kind of clicked in me. There was this traumatic experience I had with a classmate of hers when she was in kindergarten, and ever since, she like just never was down with scary stuff. So that had kind of followed her through her life. So I completely kind of understand her not being able to complete the competition. Now, we did get the times, and obviously Taylor timed out. Alyssa had like 22 some minutes. Monte and Brittany, it was very, very close. Both of them were in the 15-minute mark, and 9 seconds separated their 2 times. So Brittany came really close to being the HOH this week. And really, that time was all lost at one point in the competition. She was at one of the doors that you had to put the 2x4 on. And instead of going to the right, she went to the left, and she just was too far on the left trying to put the board on when she should have went more to the right. And if she would have done that, there's a chance she's HOH this week, and maybe we're looking at a completely different scenario. She also, like I said, seems to have gotten over the whole concept of Michael throwing her under the bus completely, because she's like, I had my bestie bracelet on, and I was ready to win this and say, this is for you, Michael. The guy who just threw you under the bus as he was on his way out. I don't know, Brittany. Maybe we should rethink that one. But other than that, we saw the nominations. Brittany and Alyssa went up on the block. Pretty straightforward episode, but also a fun one to see how everything kind of played out in the double. Now, let's jump into the live feeds from yesterday. And really what we have to do is kind of go back even to late Saturday night / Sunday morning. Really, this was Sunday morning, like as I posted this video, not this video, but my update video yesterday. There was a final 3 alliance that was kind of formulated and finalized. They even have a name. So Monte Taylor and Turner were just kind of chilling in the kitchen. And they've decided to call themselves 2 guys, 1 girl. I almost said the other one. Because that's what they were joking about, is like, now we have to get Julie to say 2 guys, 1 girl alliance. So they formulated that. That was kind of fully made. How truthful that all is, we'll see, right? I don't know. I think there's a lot of scenarios where that doesn't get to the final 3, and then after that, like later in the day, there was lots of napping. They slept in really late yesterday, and eventually Brittany and Taylor met up for the pitch we kind of talked about in yesterday's update, where Brittany said like the 2 of us should get with Monte and try and make that pitch on why he should put Turner up. And the basic premise of it was, you put Turner up, Brittany and Taylor will vote for him to leave, so there's really no blood on his hands other than he put him up in the first place, which makes blood on his hands regardless. The goal would then be for the next week, they would make the promise that if Brittany won HOH or if Taylor won HOH, Monte would not go up on the block. And if for some reason Alyssa would win HOH, that would be kind of their only worry, is that maybe Monte would go on the block. And then same thing with the veto. If Brittany were to use win the veto, she wouldn't use it. If Taylor were to win the veto, they wouldn't use it, unless they were on the block, and then that would force Monte to go onto the block, which then would have to put trust into Brittany if she were to win veto, which is kind of the whole problem with this, is that Monte does not trust Brittany at all anymore, and rightfully so, because if Brittany had the veto and had a chance to send Monte to jury, she 100% takes that chance and sends him to jury. So he really shouldn't be trusting her. It was a very long and almost pointless conversation for Monte just to be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. And they brought up lots of, old stuff that they just kind of keep rehashing over and over, like her and Michael holding on to the information for so long, the girls' alliances, all the final 2s, and it just was kind of a broken record at this point, just for Monte to be telling them no. He met up with Alyssa and told her that Taylor's going up. Alyssa kind of had the feels today as well. There was long talks about the whole Kyle situation, and it seems like she's finally realized how toxic of a relationship the 2 of them had, which, to be fair, really kind of started before they were in a relationship, because Kyle didn't want to get into one, and then she kept throwing herself at him, and that was like a whole thing, and we even felt bad for Kyle originally, because it was like, man, this kid doesn't even want this, and she's just pushing on him. But regardless, I feel like we're doing that a lot today, where it's like, okay, that happened, but let's move on. Her real thing that she was kind of upset about was the whole thing that Kyle thought was a sweet and kind move to tell each of the remaining house guests things that he liked about her, and for them to be able to talk about when he's gone, and be able to say, like, instead of bad stuff, you can say, well, oh, he told me, you know, one of the things he liked about you was this. And her kind of reason for being upset is he never told her that he liked these things about her. So, just for example, I think one of them was like, your smile, right? I love your smile. But like, he never said, I love your smile to her. So then she's like, what is going on? And they brought out how he was very adamant that he's like, I don't want to be indirectly responsible for her going. I'd rather be like fully responsible as the HOH and putting her up and sending her out. That's, you know, easier for me to handle, which always was a weird thing, because he can have said he had no idea that she would go up if he used the veto. Regardless, again, a lot of stuff happened yesterday that was just kind of rehashing old news that didn't need to be. But yeah, Monte kind of filled in Turner on what was going on, and he had a little convo with Taylor after the Brittany meeting as well, just kind of saying, like, I'm glad you were here to see her still denying a lot of the things and how much I don't trust her. And it's a tough situation for Monte, because here's the deal. There's no right answer for what he should do this week. Obviously, if Brittany could have left, that's the perfect scenario for him. But now that she won veto, he has to put up either Taylor or Turner. More than likely, it's going to be Taylor, unless something crazy happens this morning before the veto ceremony. It's going to be Taylor who's up on the block. And I think for him, the best case scenario now is for Alyssa to leave. Because then that way you at least guarantee that Turner's not going to choose Alyssa over Monte. Because that's a fear that if I were Monte, I would have, is Turner keeping Alyssa over him if he happens to be the sole vote with the veto next week. So if you get Alyssa out, that kind of breaks that up. That also makes it another scenario that's good for him is if for some reason Taylor has the veto and Monte and Turner are the ones on the block, then she's probably a little bit more likely to keep Monte than she is to keep Turner for the final three. So that's another good part of keeping Turner around this week. Now, the downside is Turner is probably his biggest competition going for the veto, because he needs to win the veto to really trust, like 100% be safe. He needs to win it. And Turner's probably the biggest competition that he has with that, followed by Taylor. Only one of them could be able to go this week. The other part of it is if either of them are the deciding vote and it happens to be Brittany and Monte up on the block, I could see scenarios where each of them both send Monte out, but they are more likely to keep Monte than to not keep Monte, at least in his mind. So there's not really a good scenario for him necessarily this week. I think the worst case thing that could happen would be to see Taylor leave. I think that would really be kind of devastating for his game, because then he would have for sure Brittany who would take him out, Turner who would probably take him out over Alyssa, and he can't play in the HOH to secure his safety, and it all would come down to that veto. So yeah, there's no real great scenario with this, but any pitch for him to take Turner out this week really just doesn't make any sense to him for his game, because like I said, there's too many other scenarios that would look better if he was there. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything that happened. I'm interested to see what the situation was with the veto, with him not even being able to compete because he didn't make it downstairs in time or for some reason. Again, I really like the idea of a surprise veto and a surprise competition, but to say you can't compete because you didn't make it town in time sounds a little bit weird. So I'm interested to see that take place on Wednesday's episode. We will then have the eviction on Thursday, which will be live right here on the channel, doing the watch along. On Wednesday's episode, we'll be live over on Twitch. So again, make sure you're following that link. It'll be down in the description down below. Also a pinned comment. You can follow the Twitter to keep track of everything that's going on in the Ori universe, and also the Discord as well to join the conversation over there. Also, it seems like today we will hit 5K subscribers. We're only a few away as I'm recording this video, so I just can't thank you all enough for the incredible support that I've gotten this entire season of Big Brother. It's by far been one of the best Big Brother seasons we've had in years, and it's been one that was been made so much more special to me because of the incredible growth this channel has had during it. So thank you all so much for that. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You might be the 5,000th subscriber here on this channel. Also, smash that like button. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, smash that like button right down there and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video and you never miss a stream. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support, and I will see you next time.